ashe. Fungi alafia, ashe, ashe. Fungi alafia, ashe, ashe.
What does the word origami mean? Origami is a Japanese term composed of two kanji characters. The verb or doing word ori, meaning to fold, the noun or name kami, meaning paper. So origami just means to fold paper.
My friend laughed when I told her that I had a black belt in origami. She wasn't laughing anymore when I folded her into a crane.
When Yoko was very small, she and her grandmother, Oba-san, fed the cranes in the pond at the end of the garden. The cranes stay in our garden only a few months, said Oba-san to Yoko. Then they fly away from Japan. Don't go, said Yoko. The cranes come back every year, said Oba-san. Yoko's grandfather, Oji-san, taught her to fold paper into cranes. Oji-san made cranes, frogs, and lots of other animals out of his coloured papers. When Yoko was a big girl, she and her mama and papa sailed far away from Japan, but Yoko never forgot Oba-san and Oji-san. Every week, a letter came to Yoko and her family in America. Every week, a letter went back to Oba-san and Oji-san in Japan. Oba-san's birthday was in winter. Yoko had no money to buy a birthday present. Yoko knew that thousands of miles away in Japan, Oba-san's garden was cold and snowy. Oba-san was waiting for the cranes to come back to her garden pond. Yoko asked her mother for beautiful paper. She folded the paper into a crane, just as Oji-san had shown her. She made 3 cranes of different colours. Then she put them in a package and put stamps on the package. The mailman took it and sent it in an airplane across the sea. All night that airplane flew, from warm California to wintry Japan. Another mailman left the package at Oba-san's door. Oba-san opened the package. She and Oji-san hung Yoko's cranes in the kitchen window. Oba-san opened Yoko's birthday card. It was written in Japanese. Soon I will come back to Japan, just like the cranes, is what the card said. The paper cranes turned on their strings. Happy birthday from Yoko tingled in the air around the cranes. Oba-san sipped her green tea while the snow fell outside the window.
Where does origami come from? Paper was first made in China 2,000 years ago, and soon after people started to fold and make things with it. Paper folding travelled to Japan and after 1600 became an art form for rich people. Paper was expensive. Around 1800, an instruction book called How to Fold 1,000 Cranes was written, and paper became cheaper, which helped origami become an art form anyone could try.
Why did the girl throw away her origami belt? Because it was a waste of paper.
Let's make an origami boat. Fold your paper in half. Fold in half again to make quarters. Fold a corner into the middle line. Fold the other corner into the middle line. Fold one bottom flap up over the triangles. Repeat with the other flap. Fold outside corners around the back of the triangle. Fold the back edge over the top. Repeat for the other side. Bring corners into the middle to make a square. Fold one bottom point almost to the top. Repeat for the other side. Bring corners into the middle again. Pull the corners out to finish your boat. Sail away! Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub, and who do you think they be? The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, and all of them gone to the fair. And Origami Girl by Michael Foreman. Every day, Joey the newspaper boy stood on the street corner trying to sell his newspapers and magazines. People pushed, rushed, and elbowed past him. He was often cold and hungry. At night, he slept on the newspapers he hadn't managed to sell. Late one cold autumn afternoon, a pack of young bullies grabbed Joey and stole what little money he had. Suddenly, to Joey's surprise, his newspaper bag flew into the air and the newspapers transformed into Origami Girl. She leaped in amongst the bullies and chased them off down the street, but they disappeared into the dark alleyways of the city. "Oh no," Joey cried. "They've got my money. And who are you anyway?" "I'm Origami Girl," she said. "Don't worry, we'll find them and get your money back." She quickly folded a pair of wings out of newspaper. "Climb on to my back," she said. Origami Girl spread her wings and they soared up high above the city. From here, they could look down into the alleyways and soon spotted the group of bullies as they ran through the streets, snatching first an old lady's bag and then a little boy's mobile phone. The bullies joined up with other gangs and they all headed into an old tumble-down building by the river. Origami Girl and Joey landed on the roof. The rooms below were crowded with bullies, burglars, robbers and rascals of all kinds. In the middle, a fat old man sat counting money and examining jewels through a big magnifying glass. Origami Girl crashed through the skylight onto the table and dived in amongst the crooks, somersaulting, spinning, backflipping, cartwheeling and knocking them over like skittles. Meanwhile, Joey spotted the fat crook creeping out of the back door and down the steps to the river. He parachuted down, bagged him with his newspaper bag, and sat on his head until Origami Girl appeared, dragging a dustbin full of stolen goods. She stuffed the fat crook into the dustbin and then ripped a huge poster off a theatre wall. Quickly she folded it into the body of a beautiful origami swan and transformed herself into the neck and head. Together they sailed with the fat crook and the dustbin down the river to the river police. The fat crook was arrested and people came to reclaim their stolen goods. During the excitement, no one, apart from Joey, noticed the origami swan unfold back into a bundle of newspapers and slip into Joey's newspaper bag. The next day, Joey's picture was on the front page of all the newspapers above the headline, "The boy who bagged the big bad boss." And as for Origami Girl, she was happy to be snug, back in Joey's newspaper bag, waiting for the next adventure. Origami lore. Number 1, square. Make sure the paper you start with is really square. Number 2, fold each crease well. Go over it twice at least. 3, read the instructions, look at the pictures and make sure you understand them. 4, be patient. Japan wasn't built in a day. 5, practice, practice, practice. Number 6, but have fun. Origami is supposed to be fun. If you're not having fun, take a break.
Why did the worker quit their job at the origami factory? Too much paperwork.
Origami, origami, fold and crease, fold and crease. My imagination brought to life, brought to life. Let's make an origami bookmark. Fold your square in half to make a triangle. Take one bottom corner and bring it up to the top corner. Fold the other corner up to the top. Can you see the diamond we've made? Unfold so you can see the big triangle again. Fold the top corner down to the bottom fold. Bring the corner back up and tuck it behind the little triangular flap you just made. This is the start of your pocket. Do the same with the other corner. Make sure all your folds are flat. And you're done. Now you can try it on a book. You'll never lose your place in a book again. Woohoo!